My name is Rebecca Silverman. I'm a glassblower, and this is Art to Trade.
Yeah.
I'm home. You're home in Detroit City. There's no place like home. Just tell me what you need. It's all right here, in Detroit. Don't matter what it is, it's all right here. Oh.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? So good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for coming out, you guys.
What are you going to make today?
Today we're going to be making a plate with a color fade and some pineapple optic texture.
Cool.
Okay, so this is the glory hole. Swear, I'm not kidding. These are stainless steel blowpipes, like 1 1/4 inch. And that's where I do all the magic happens on the pipe.
How long have you been blowing glass?
I've been blowing glass, I would say, consistently for 6 years. But the first time I ever did it was in 2011.
What sparked your interest? What made you say, this is the path I'm going to go down?
When I was in college, I was working at a glass shop, and we sold just retail, locally made glass. And I just became infatuated, and I had so many questions, like, how do you get the color? I couldn't believe that it was made by a human and not a machine. So this is my emerald green.
Ooh.
And then over here, I'm gonna roll in some bluish purple. So to create the color fade, I'm coating the tip with one color, the green, and then the outer rim will end up being purple, and they'll sort of like blend and blur and fade from one into the other.
So did you end up going to school or taking classes for this, or were you like taught along the way?
When I first got a job in a glass shop in Dearborn, I sort of lied and said I could do it, and then I showed up on time, worked really hard to prove that I could do it. And so while I was doing that, I started taking a class in Detroit at Michigan Hot Glass.
So what are these little crystals called?
So this is frit, and it's actually colored glass that's crushed up. And I worked at Epiphany where you were before, and it's awesome. But I never would have been able to get that job had I not had a job before that, because I didn't go to art school. I came out with no experience, and for a long time I was just happy that they were paying me at all to do it.
I know.
But eventually you get to that point where you need money and your skill is there. I don't ever really feel like I'm working because it's just fun.
Because this is fun, yeah.
Like even when I'm making work for other artists, I'm getting paid to make glass to get better. The little picture? Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much if it's glass, I made it.
What is your favorite piece that you've done? Like which one means the most to you?
It's kind of heavy. You can hold him.
Oh my. Look at the detail with the webbed feet, and oh my goodness.
I worked on that for 2 different days.
Okay.
I had, I think, like 4 people assisting me with assembling it.
To get it all together.
Yeah. Generally, when I blow glass, I'm working with 1 other person, maybe 2 if we're trying to like rush production really fast. I made that in a class, and you just have so many people there like ready to help you, to jump in when you need them, like people from other groups. They see that you're near the end and they want to help.
Okay.
So it's like team building, it's skill building. I don't consider myself to be a sculptor. I really prefer functional work. So it was kind of outside my comfort zone. We're gonna get pretty close to maxing it out.
And what was that? What'd you just do?
That was a bubble. So I just trapped some air in the pipe to start the bubble. so you can see that it expands. So now it's hollow.
Yeah.
I have enough color on here. So this is called a flash. It's just bringing the glass back up to a working temperature. I want to make sure that the size and the shape is how I want it before I end up gathering over it, so that once there's more mass on there, it blows out how I want it to.
Okay. So the beginning of how you start this is really important because it plays a role into how it finishes out.
Yeah, so if you're off center, if your bubble's too thick or too thin in certain places, like it's gonna stay that way. Glass has an incredible memory. So, you know, if I have a really thin spot now, it's only gonna get worse.
And this bowl too, I assume?
Yeah.
Gosh, Becca.
That was a lot of work in that. You load up color, you lay it out, and then you gather clear over it. So you end up with like a big cylinder, and then you stretch it out really long all the way across the room. And you have what's called cane, and then you can cut it into whatever length you need. So the first one was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 layers, like overlay color over color over color.
Thick, yeah.
It's thick, yeah. So like the outer ring was the cane roll up, so I would slice the cane into maybe 6 or 8 inches, line them up on a table, heat them up, kind of squish them together, and then roll them up onto the outside of another layering of colors.
Yeah.
So it would have been like a green core, small, with the amber layered over it, with the aqua layered over that, followed by the rolling up of this layer, the cane from yesterday, and then black layered over all of that. I should show you
You should.
those pieces. So here, I don't have any more of the yellow cane, it's all been sliced. But you can imagine it was longer when I did the roll
yeah.
up. So that's like the yellow that you were seeing in that bowl,
Okay.
the small ones. And then this is the large Marini.
Oh yeah, I recognize that pattern.
And I can go in for my second gather.
You mentioned earlier that your garage is 5 years in the making.
Yeah, as soon as I got my hands on a torch in the summer of 2011, I told myself and anyone who would listen that I was gonna get a torch one day. And then 7 years goes by and you don't have a torch, but once we moved into this house, I started saving money. More than half of the money that I spent on that setup went into 2 windows, a door, a vent, fan. I had to, you know, divert power.
Yeah.
I had to get power in the garage, electrician. So this is my little flame shop.
Nice.
Yeah.
I smell the wood.
Yeah, it's new. It's the bench.
Yeah.
It's definitely the bench. Yeah, this is it. Pride and joy right here. So there we got the texture. So Jared's gonna help me now while I create a neckline, a space between the glass and the pipe. He's gonna inflate the whole thing for me so I can have 2 things going at once below. I think the ultimate dream for most glass artists is to have their own shop, work for themselves rather than working for other artists. That wasn't possible for me. Opening up a hot shop requires huge amount of financing, a much larger space. You need gas lines running. If I personally was gonna do it, I would wanna do it right. I would wanna do it big. I'd have to either buy or rent a building. I'd have to outfit this building with all the gas and the electric that's needed. And then we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment to get up and running. And then, you know, maybe like a $2,000 gas bill every month on top of that. So the overhead's ridiculous. So this is the punty. We're gonna make a transfer in a second here. So I wanna make sure that I'm right on center. Ready? There you go.
So why did you need to transfer poles?
To expose the opening.
Okay.
So now there's a hole on the top, so I can get my tools in there. Yeah. I always do. Off. On. I think think we should do it. Yep. Okay, we're gonna spin it out now. Open. Get right on there. So there she is. The moment of truth. Yep. Woo! Hold on. All right. There you go.
And then which plates?
Oh, these
did
are the
we do?
two plates that
Like,
I made for you guys.
This is not even the color that I would have thought it would have come to, just because the glass
so
beads were
dark.
so tiny
Yeah.
that it was hard to see, but it's so vibrant.
Yeah.
This is so beautiful.
Thanks.
Here, this is a pretty
Yeah, so
installation.
this is a lamp.
What?
I think it's 9 different shades of blue, and I just kept making them in different colors until I had enough that were the right size.
Yeah.
You know, there's always extras every project. So let's say I want to make a gift, a wedding gift. But you know, one friend wanted a set of cups, like rocks glasses. So for me, success would be making all 6 cups that are a good set in one sitting. That would be awesome. If I made 10 cups and I had the perfect set of 6 to give for the gift and it was one sitting, I would feel very successful. That's really my end goal, other than having my own hot shop eventually, maybe, who knows, is just to get better. Like, I sort of see it, it's like a game, you know, like, how sweet can I make this cup? You know, can I make 6 that are exactly the same? How many do I have to make to get a set of 6 that are great set?
Just tell me what you need. It's alright here. Don't matter what it is. It's alright here. Yes, it is.